Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 297. Second round pick of the Bananaball Draft, David Griffin joins the show. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison tonight. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How we doing?
Doing pretty good. Pretty excited for this. We had David on 4 years ago when we first started this podcast, and we've been following his journey. And to get an opportunity in the Banana Ball League is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to hear how he got there. But it's going to be an awesome show. So strap in. You guys are free to ask him questions when he hops on. He's backstage, but let's get the business side out of the way first. Please follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on or subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch on Etsy. We have t-shirts, sweatshirts, tumblers, phone cases, a whole bunch of stuff on there. Just a great way to support us and to get our name out there. And finally, on Patreon, we are building a small little community over there. Just another great way to support us. So check us out, Rounding Third Baseball on Patreon. All right, like I said, welcome back to the show, David Griffin. How are you doing tonight, David?
I'm doing good, guys. How we doing?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, it's been a wild ride for you. We've been following you since you first came on like 4 years ago. So you were in AA, AAA, up and down there. But just tell us a little bit about where you were and how long you were there for.
Yeah, I got signed by the Mets in 2021, and right around July. Started off in low A. I was about there for like 7 weeks, made about like six or seven starts. I don't even remember which one. And then went to high A in Brooklyn to end the year. And then going to 2022, started off in high A as well, and was there for a month. Got called to AA and spent most of like my time there. I filled in AAA for like 2 starts and then came back down. Even went down to high A again when the trade deadline happened, and then ended the year back up in 2022. And that's where I really saw like the business side of the sport. Like if you're not a top prospect, you got to have to fill in some certain roles that you might not like, but you're still getting innings at the end of the day. Then 2023, they actually kept me in extended spring training to start. And then from there, went to fill in for AAA for like 2 months. And April, I came out guns blazing. I had like a 1-something ERA within like 4 or 5 starts. And there was talks about possibly filling in at the major league level. But that didn't happen. Got sent back down to AA in like May or so. And then June, I was put on the development list for periodically, like I'd be on there for like 2 weeks, then it's like play game, another 3 weeks, whatever. And then like I remember I went in for a start, first time pitching in 3 weeks, was only built up for 50 pitches. I go 5 innings of shutout ball with 75 pitches. Awesome, fantastic, feeling like I got my groove back, feel like I solidified a spot in the rotation still. Yeah, next day dead list. And then I kind of went back and forth, and then I got called back up to AAA to fill in for the rest of the season and stuff like that. So that was fun. And then 2024 rolled around, same thing, extended spring training, kind of going from there. And then didn't like how everything was kind of being handled, and I ended up getting released Mother's Day night, and then 2024. And then from there, took the summer to try to figure out what I was going to do, because I felt like I was approaching, like I was like going to be 28 years old. So okay, do I still want to keep playing? I think I have to restart, all that stuff. Ended up going to the Atlantic League for the Long Island Ducks in the end of 2024. Did well there once, like at first I struggled, but then I kind of got my mojo back. And then 2025, spent the whole season there. Thought I was going to get signed, whether it was an international deal or affiliate or even winter ball. And then October came around and my banana phone was calling, and I ended up in Bananaball. So yeah,
that's
so where incredible. I've been now.
Yeah, we've been following you on Instagram, all that stuff, man. It's all looks like you're having a blast. So who called you? What was that like? Like, was that even on your mind at all going into October? It just kind of happened out of the blue. How did that?
Yeah, it kind of happened out of the blue where I was getting ready to try to play winter ball somewhere, whether it was in the DR because there was talks about that, maybe Puerto Rico, and they were like, oh, maybe December, maybe like January, but I'm like kind of like, all right, like I kind of need to know because when you're in the minor leagues or even living just paycheck to paycheck for so long, just the instability of stuff kind of it takes a toll on the mental health as well. And like as you're getting older, like you got to start looking at the bigger picture of things. I was definitely a bit stressed out about that, and like at one point, like throughout the Atlantic season, I thought I was gonna get signed for sure. Like I was throwing my hardest. I was up to 94 again. I wasn't walking anyone. I had a 5 pitch mix now instead of like my traditional 3 pitch mix. So like, I was the most polished as a pitcher that I'd felt in my career. Like throwing strikes, learning the game within the game, like the sequencing, the tunneling, seeing how a hitter moves, where they're like identifying where their holes are in their swings and stuff like that. Which the crazy part is like that was just hitting me now, where like back when I was in the early levels, my first few years in affiliate ball, I was just okay. You throw the pitch here, all right, I can get it there, and that's it. Like I never understood the game within the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you
and
learned
then
how to pitch instead of just throw.
exactly, and it's not like I was
Yeah.
throwing 95. I was just kind of my stuff could move, and I let the catches do the work, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just throw it there.
Yeah.
But then September rolled around. I get a DM from one of the directors for the Bananas, one of the player in charge of play recruiting. Introduced himself, said, "Hey, like, saw you had a good year this year in the Atlantic League. We're having 2 new teams in Banana Ball, and like, we have a new plan of like a new vision of what we want to do for next year. Like, and we think you'd be a great part of it. If we're gonna do a draft and stuff like that, would love to have you enter the draft pool. Can't guarantee you might get selected, but if you go to a tryout, stuff like that, would love to talk more about it. Like, I can tell you more. Here's my number." And it was funny because like being an old baseball purist at the time, I was very
Mhm.
like, oh, like this isn't real baseball. It's not this. But then like as I've gotten older, obviously you start to reminisce more of like what made you enjoy playing the sport as a kid and like
Yeah.
keeping it fun and like seeing the business side of the sport too kind of took the love of baseball itself out of me. And I'm a person that like I love coaching, I love giving back to the community and stuff like that. So it was more of okay, like baseball's not becoming fun anymore, but like what makes baseball fun for me? Is it the competition? Is it the camaraderie? Is it the interactions with people and stuff like that? And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, like I would love actually like, you know what, like, yeah, let's hop on the call and see what happens. Like my parents love the Bananas and all that stuff. So like
That's
when I
cool.
told them, like they kept like we put on a game one time and I was like, wait, they only got 1 point for the inning? Like they just scored like 6 runs. Like and I was like, I'm like, this isn't like it was just funny. And then
Yeah.
when I told them, I'm like, hey, you're not gonna believe who reached out to me about potentially playing for them next year. They're like, who? And I was like, well, they're the most popular team in America. They're like, the Red Sox. I'm like, no. They're like, the Dodgers. They're like, no. And they're like, the Yankees. I go, I said they're like the most popular team in America. And he goes, my dad was like, no.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, yep. So
That's so
then
cool.
so then I hop on a phone call like later in the week with one of the directors, and we were talking about it. And he gave a great sales pitch, talked about the vision, what they had for Banana Ball and stuff like that. And then like looking back at like, okay, how can I make an impact on the community? How can I still be around the game
Right.
with one like giving back, coaching, but also still playing at a high level? And I felt like Banana Ball was the perfect opportunity for that. There's the pressure is different. The pressure is not to perform. The pressure is okay, like how can you make an experience memorable for everyone? And I think
Right.
that was the big thing too, where what made you fall in love with the game in the first place. Like I remember when I was a kid, like seeing Big Poppy or just seeing even the bullpen catcher in the big leagues, like sign a baseball for me and stuff like that. Like it goes a long way. It's just something about as being a kid. If when somebody picks you out to sign something for you, like for
Yeah.
like now being in both shoes, like for me, it was like, oh, nothing to sign, sign, sign. But now it's like, oh, now seeing both ends now it's oh like this is a memorable thing. Like they see my jersey number, they see my name, talk to them, and now you got a fan for life.
Yeah.
And it's like Jesse had a great quote. It was like for every 100 fans, try to have one super fan. Because when you get
That's
that one
awesome.
super fan, it brings 100 other fans.
Yeah,
and stuff like
that's
that.
crazy. So
And then,
speaking of guys that you grew up watching,
yeah.
you go to the draft,
hmm
and the Indianapolis Clown select Jackie Bradley Jr. round 1, and then you right behind it in round 2.
Yeah.
What's that like? I mean, like you said before, you share the story you said before you came on.
Yeah, so little context behind that as well was I hosted a draft party. Like, I went on a limb, like, it's just funny. Like some of the guys that have been in AAA, AA that are in this league, they were also nervous in this draft because for banana ball, it's not just the baseball resume. It's who you are as a person, your social media presence, and like how like your character essentially. And so like I hosted a draft party of like 100 like plus people at a venue, not knowing what's gonna happen. Um, and it was my first ever draft party that I hosted. Like I didn't have one in for affiliate ball or anything like
Right.
that. So we had this draft party in Milton, like 15 minutes outside of Boston. So the draft starts, and they don't tell us they didn't call us ahead of time. Nothing of like when you're gonna get called. It's just like, hey, you see it in real time when everyone else sees it live.
Wow.
Dang.
So all of a sudden they were like, oh, the first round of the draft. And like, I thought at the time I was going to be at least top 5 rounds. And just because I didn't know what to expect, whatever. And then like the night before they released their rankings for pitchers going into the draft. And I saw I was number 2. I was like, holy crap, like this is going to be awesome. But I'm like, I might go first round now because from what I saw at the draft, they were viewing starting pitchers as like fantasy running backs, essentially fantasy football.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you see first overall Jackie Bradley Jr. Everyone's like, wait, what? Like, is this a gimmick? Like, is he doing this for real and stuff like that? And yeah, no, I mean, hey, Jackie's been in the trenches with all of us too. Like, he doesn't miss a
Yeah.
day and stuff like that. He's hanging out with the guys, like just a normal dude, which is great to see. And it was funny. I was like, I remember in 2018, I went to the ALCS game when they're playing the Astros, and it was like I'm watching Jackie Bradley in center field. Meanwhile, I'm in the grandstands with my buddies having like Sam Adams, like crushing
Right.
beers and stuff like that, like a college kid, like fresh out of college. And now like I get to be teammates with them. Like that's where it comes like full circle. Like
Yeah.
that's the funny part.
Yeah.
So
That's
really cool moment.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Curtis is in like Missouri. He's in that weird triangle between
Yeah.
like KC, Cincinnati, and all that. So he's not that far from you. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
so-
the thing too. It's like the driving distance, like 3 hours is like nothing at this point. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
so used to driving now, bus rides and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, just go numb to it. So can we go back to the tryout? So what
Yeah.
what does this look like for the banana ball? Like is there a section here where like you're backflipping over here and you're dancing over there, or is it like a normal baseball tryout?
So it was a little bit of both. So we had to memorize a choreographed dance. The pitch. So it was the second batter. So you got to face like 5 or 6 batters, and it was the second batter of your like tryout. You had to do a choreographed dance with the shortstop, the second baseman, the center fielder, and even the catcher. And it was like a Bruno Mars, like boom, boom, like keep it quick, and then throw the pitch right afterwards, like a 10-second dance, and then throw it. So it's obviously seeing like, okay, who's got dance moves, who doesn't, who can entertain, who can't, and then from there, well, so you had that, and then you throw the pitch, and then you just kind of compete. You have to get used to the banana ball tempo. Like, okay, are you walking guys? Are you throwing strikes? Like they need strike throwers in order for this game to work.
Right.
Like they don't care about velocity. They care about can you put that ball over the plate? Because for them, if the hitter hits it, it's good for the game with all the trick plays and stuff like that. So you're not trying to blow everything by them. You're just trying to execute.
Right.
Okay.
But no, like when we first got there, they taught us one of the dances, like the "Hey Baby" that they always do, like the "Hey."
Yeah.
So you know the dance. Like it was funny. I watched my first banana ball game like 2 or 3 nights before the tryout because I was like I'm not gonna watch it and stuff like that. But like obviously learning more about the sport, like what their vision, the sport itself, and everything like that. So they taught you 2 or 3 dances to see like okay how well can they catch on the fly. Because sometimes these dances like you got to learn with them like a day or 2 before and then just go do it in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like all of a sudden like you don't realize like I don't say you don't realize you realize how well rounded you can be. Like you'd be like, oh, I didn't think I could dance like this, or I could catch on to a rhythm. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, boom, like I'm actually doing it within like 45 minutes, like learning the routine, the spin, the turn. It's just it's like technique and footwork and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, we had that, and then it was just we threw to 5 or 6 batters, and then it was like, okay, like be organic with it. Like, can you make a moment, whether it's like a good intro, like, okay, like, are you like, for me, what I did was I helped my catcher after I got done pitching. My catcher went to hit, and he was in a caddy outfit, like a whole golf outfit. So I was his caddy and took his golf clubs, and I was like, I took the rangefinder. I'm like, all right, hey, you got 310 here to left. You got this 410 dead center. I go, do you want the driver? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, here's the big stick, and I just toss him his bat. And everyone's like, oh wow, like it was just totally unprovoked. Like we didn't like I maybe talked about it like right as he came in.
Yeah.
So he gets up there, first pitch, base hit up the middle, everyone's going crazy. So it's just like the magical organic moments. Like they're looking for authenticity and it being organic. Because you can tell when people are kind of faking it, and it's not gonna make the moment as magical.
Yeah. Which I'm sure it's easy to like bounce ideas off everybody that's always thinking creatively too. So like it just gonna keep snowballing out of control. That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
So cool.
And then like the thing that I've noticed so far being down here is like I remember at the tryout I was asked like what do I think of everything, and I was like, well, I said the pace of play I'm fine with, like I get that stuff. It was more of off the field stuff, like okay, like I didn't have TikTok at the time. I was like, I don't need TikTok or anything like that. So it's like, okay, now it's all of a sudden it's like, how can I feel about being on front of camera, like posting stuff like that? Like, how am I going to grow with that? And because being in pro ball for so long, viewing social media was a way to be used as a distraction, where all suddenly now it's embracing. So it's like you took 7 years of pro ball of trying to like not stand out to now relearn yourself, like okay, do this, like be outgoing with it and stuff like that.
It is funny, the polar opposites of MLB versus banana ball. You know, MLB, you've kind of got to toe the league line, be part of the union, fit in. Banana ball, it's like we want you guys to be bold and loud and have your own personalities, and it's some of those banana ball guys and your stuff especially lately it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the nice part too is like, ironically enough, the teams and the players, like the personalities within the teams, fits the teams like so well. Like the party animals, they're outgoing, they're wild, they're like obviously they're showy, they're like the bad boys compared to like the bananas. And then you have the tailgaters that tend to be a bit country, like they got the two-step and all that stuff. Then you have the firefighters that are very like they bring like a fiery passion to the game. Then you have the coconuts who are like the beach vibe, like the spiritual. Then you have us that are the historical, diverse, cover multiple different ranges of culture, times, like eras and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool. So what was your feeling like Indianapolis Clowns? Like, was there a team that you wanted to go to specifically, or was it just like you just wanted to go and play?
Just based off of conversations, I thought I was going to go to the Coconuts because I knew the pitching coach there, and as well, and like I had like a 20-minute conversation with the head coach at the tryout. So I thought something was going to shake up from there. But at the end of the day, like being a part of the Clowns, like I prefer it because it's, to me, being on the Clowns, it's something bigger than just myself. And that goes back to wanting to give back to the sport. Is the Clowns are a revitalized historic Negro League team.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool thing to see. Like that's like, I got a lot of buzz from people like baseball fanatics being like, dude, like I saw that, like that's crazy. Like having like Ryan Howard as one of the like big game coaches, like we're going to Rick Woods in Birmingham in September to play a game, to play weekends. So like we're gonna have that too, and like we're going to Indy as well, and then we're going to Kansas City to play in Royal Stadium for a weekend, and the Negro League Hall of Fame is right there. So you get to see, like you get to really tie the unknown side of history in baseball. Like obviously you have the Major League Baseball Hall or the Baseball Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but like it was only a few years ago where they incorporated the Negro League stats.
Right.
But doing more research, you realize how much of today's baseball is being played, like the flair, the passion, stuff like that. The Clowns were doing that in the Negro Leagues before Major League Baseball. Like they were the first people to do night games before Major League Baseball. But I don't know, I got the thumbs up, but okay.
It's all right.
But yeah, it means you learn more about the sport as a whole. And like I think that's the really cool part. Like growing up, like you're so fixated on just the American Baseball Hall of Fame or something like that. Like you only learn the major league stuff. You don't learn about the other professional leagues in the like all around the world.
Yeah.
So
that's okay. So I mean, you said a ton of background. So like, where are some of your teammates from? Like, I mean, obviously all across the country, but like, are they affiliated ball, independent ball? They just kind of from everywhere, or like college kids too?
Our outfielders are mostly AA, AAA, big league experience. Like I would say the lowest level I think of an outfielder is maybe AA. So like it's really cool to have moments like that. And then infielders, some of these guys are a bit younger. Behind the plate, the guys are a bit older. I mean, our youngest kid is 20 years old. He dropped out of college and is playing the old like time traveler niche, and is honestly might be the most interesting person in Banana Land. The guy plays 8 instruments, speaks 3 languages fluently, and is the whitest person I've ever met. Like just pale, and has like the old Mutton Chops logo, and he wears the old vintage suits and stuff like that too. And he's still like a great baseball player. Like he's a very good entertainer. And for him to leave college to do that at 20 years old, it's like it's something remarkable to see. It really is.
Yeah.
And he's a history nut when it comes to all that stuff too. Like he also like sings songs, records music and stuff like that. So it's like it's a really cool thing to see.
That is awesome.
Amazing.
Like you go 20 years old to Jackie. Like there's a 15-year gap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane, man. Yeah, I pulled up the YouTube video. I didn't know like of the draft, and I didn't know. I knew you had entered because you were like posting. You're like, keep an eye. You know, I'm getting drafted at some point tonight. I didn't expect to see it like eight minutes in. I was like, oh dang, he's gone already. I was like, love it. And then I sent you a message right after that. I was like, congrats, man, it's so cool. But
hey, I'll tell you what. That felt like the longest 8 minutes of my life. It really did. Like you're sitting there in like in front of 100 people and like you're waiting. It's like I was the 15th pick, but I'm like, and I'm getting mad. I'm like, and that's the tough part too with the whole banana ball. Like guys will get picked just based off of also like which criteria they fit. And like, okay, is his personality good for this team? Is this personality good for this team? Like I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I'm like, how is this guy getting picked before me? Like I was in AAA and stuff like that. Like you could see like the competitiveness kick in, and and then like from there it was just like when obviously like I'm like watching the draft play. I'm like, okay, so like I'm playing like fantasy in my mind. Like okay, they don't have a starter. This guy, like I think I'm gonna get picked here, and then sure enough, I do. And then after it happens, like obviously everyone's all excited and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The day before, they sent us an email of like, hey, these are the coaches' area codes. If in case you hadn't talked to them already. The first 3 rounds, we're not going to call you until after you're picked. So you know in real time. And I'm about to sneeze. And so when I got picked, I see like a FaceTime call come in, and I see it's like my area code. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let it be. It might be someone I know, whatever. And then I see another FaceTime call come in. I'm like back-to-back FaceTime calls. I'm like, all right. I said this one's from like Maryland. I forget where, somewhere down there. I answer it, and it's Ryan Howard. I'm like I'm talking to one of my friends, and I open it, and I'm like waiting for it to load. I hear like the woof, and I go, oh. And he's like, what's up, Dave? How's it going? I'm like, oh, what's good, man? All that stuff. And like he's like, just want to welcome you to the team, stuff like that. I said, hey man, I appreciate it, stuff like that. He's like, you got a draft party? I was like, yeah, I got all family here, and like everyone waves, and we keep it quick. And then so like he's like, hey, like just want to congratulate you. I got to call the next guy. I'm like, oh, of course. Gets off the FaceTime, and I see a text. The first number that called me text me, and it says this: hey Dave, it's Jesse Cole. Call me when you get a chance. I ignored his FaceTime call when I.
Oh no!
So I'm texting Jesse. I'm like, dude, I'm like, Jesse, I'm so sorry. I said, I go, it's the same area code as me, so I thought it was a prank phone call. So I call him right back, and because Jesse's from Massachusetts as well, he's a mascot, and he grew up literally 2 towns over from where I grew up. So seeing the area code was pretty funny, and so I talked to Jesse for a bit and stuff like that. So that was a really cool moment. But yeah, it's definitely a whirlwind of a night, because now it's like, oh, like I got picked, the stress is gone. Like obviously it's a year commitment, so like I have that. Like I don't have to worry about getting released. I don't have to worry about getting relocated or anything like that. And it was just awesome. Like it was just the stress is just different from performance wise of just making it a memorable experience. Like you could have a bad day at the plate, but if you're wearing like a crazy outfit or do like a crazy cartwheel play, like
They don't
the kids
care.
are gonna remember you.
Right.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
that's how you make the impact. It's like keeping the game fun. Like
Yeah.
obviously we get so caught up in results based that we lose sight of what made us love the game in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good point because, you know, as we are a MLB, usually baseball show that we talk MLB, and I think a lot of us lose sight of that sometimes, me included, where it's just like, you know, we forget why we fell in love with the game. So it really, really cool that you got this opportunity to do this. But
no, it's definitely exciting. It's like you get to travel the country and you're playing the thing is the business has done so well that like every game is sold out, whether it's a minor league game, major league stadium, football stadium, it's all sold out. And like there's wait lists for like a year out now, which is crazy. And like the prices are affordable too. And like that's the cool thing. It's like having the responsibility as the Clowns too. It's like you're bringing another demographic into the game. And like we're a historically black team where there's the number of black players in Major League Baseball, or even just like African American kids playing the sport, has gone down over the years.
Yeah.
And now it's like with our platform, it's a responsibility for us to bring in the different, like bring everybody back.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are we going to do that? And I think that's the thing, like for us, like we have the leverage to make it as memorable as possible, which is great to see.
Yeah. Do you know if they needed special permission to use the Clown's name, or was it just kind of works,
they bought it. Like they bought the
bought
rights.
it.
Like they
Okay.
heavy like we're hand in hand with the Hall of Fame, the Negro League Hall of Fame, to like help out and all that stuff. Like that's why we got the colors
awesome.
and all that stuff. So like when we go to Kansas City, I don't even know the plans. Like I'm sure they're gonna do something with that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really cool. That's gonna I'd say Kansas City is like I'm the most excited for. Obviously my hometown game in Hartford, but Kansas City that's probably the location I'm excited for the most, to really see the history of the sport.
Yeah.
Like I've been to Cooperstown. I've never been to the other side, like the Negro League Hall of Fame. So I'm excited to see that. Like I'm excited to learn more of the history within the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
That's incredible.
So when you think about the kind of two big moments, David, so you had you signed with the Mets. That was a big moment. Got drafted by the Bananas.
Yeah.
Which one do you look at now as the bigger moment?
I think the first moment's always going to be the most memorable because, I mean, yeah, the Bananas is too, but it's at the same time too, it's where I was in life at the time when I got signed by the Mets. I really hadn't accomplished anything. Like I had Division III school. I got out of that, ended up getting signed to an independent team in Gary, Indiana. Like it is crazy to look back of like reflecting of like, okay, in my 20s, essentially, what have I done in my baseball career? Like D3 school, ends up in middle of the country playing baseball. COVID happens. Things fell into place of like the person who was working my bullpen at a free agent workout was owning a facility or building a facility in New Hampshire, only in 90 minutes away from me. So I can train with him, learn the analytical side of the sport, do a deeper dive into it, learn what's best for me or what's going to play, what's going to get me signed. And took all of COVID. Well, when a lot of guys took time off during COVID, by the time they ramped up so quickly, they got hurt. And I was already in shape, staying ready, maintaining. And because I was throwing strikes, I got my chance. I actually talked to the Mets scout for the first time like 2 months ago or a month ago. And I finally got the answer of how he found me, which is like a really cool moment to like figure out. Cause like to that day, like up until last month, I had no idea how the Mets saw me.
Oh, wow.
Because I was told the Mets were the only team that didn't see me in person pitch when I was in Gary.
Huh.
So then how did they find you?
So my manager was a consultant for the scout for the Mets. Like he was like, hey, I need a guy quick. Like, who do you know? And it was like, my name got thrown into the loop and I didn't have the best stuff. I mean, my manager and I, we disagreed on many things, but our competitive desire to be good, and he saw potential. And like, I was a young kid. Like I didn't really know pro baseball at the time.
Yeah.
And he still believed in me, like kind of like a little brother where you see the potential, but like you're not putting it quite together yet. So you just want to like knock some sense into him. So it's kind of like one of those things.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then that kind of happened. And then next thing I know, being told right as we're about to bus to a road trip at midnight to Kansas City, we're going to bus 12 hours. Like, hey, you're not coming on this trip because you got to head to New York in the morning because the Mets signed you. And you're like, wait, what? So I got to call my family at 1 a.m. in the morning. So when they get a phone call from me, the first thing my mom's picking up is saying, hey, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, you with dad? Yeah, well, wake him up. And they're like, is everything okay? I'm like, yes, everything's good. Just trust me. Just put me on speaker. And that's how that all kind of started. But I remember the drive from when I drove from Gary, Indiana to Pittsburgh, because it was a 13-hour drive.
Took you about 2 hours, right?
No.
I was going to say.
I did not play a single note of music on my phone. No podcast. It was either phone calls from the Mets front office getting to know me and all that stuff, or family and friends calling me.
Dang. That's crazy.
It was impressive.
Wow.
That's a lot of people talking. I would have been out after probably about a half hour.
That's crazy. I'll tell you what, it goes by. It made it go by though. Like that was the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because when you're driving like that, you're thinking of so much. Like, oh, like I'm just getting signed to an affiliate. Like it's all this. Like, what am I gonna do for this? Like, and like you're still fresh out of college at the time, so it's like all your circles are so big. Like obviously, like as we get older, we go down different paths of life. So like you kind of lose touch with certain people and stuff like that. So it was like a really cool moment. Like,
damn.
I think the crazy part was every person I called that night I got signed by the Mets, even at 12 o'clock or so, or 1 a.m., everybody picked up, which was crazy.
That's wild.
That is crazy.
So like that was the cool, and like this wasn't like a Saturday night. This was a Monday night going to Tuesday morning.
Damn. It's a random night.
Yeah, awesome. So like that's what made it really cool. Obviously the bananas moment, like that's still really cool. It's like I would say the bananas draft was more of a celebration. Like the draft party was a celebration of my career so far. And now I'm turning the chapter on like what's to come now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as much as I want to keep playing the game of baseball, like our bodies tell us enough's enough at some point.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm gonna easily take a 60-game schedule over a 125-game schedule.
Oh, easy, no brainer.
Sure.
Yeah, no brainer.
So, and I'll take the sold-out stadiums every single night compared to 200 people in the stands, maybe even 10 places in like Charleston, West Virginia, like some of the places I was going to in Indy ball.
Yeah, and just one guy giving it to you the whole night.
Oh no, Charleston! They had a great chirp on me. They had that day. The Toast Man had some of the funniest chirps on me on the one time.
That's awesome.
So, are you, as you look ahead to the schedule, are you? I guess two things. One, are you at all nervous about playing in front of crowds that big? And secondly, is there a particular ballpark that you just can't wait to get to?
The Major League stadiums I'm excited for. I'm very excited for those. We go to the Angel Stadium, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Cincinnati in Ohio, and then Coors Field in Denver. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there before? Have you ever been to Coors at all?
No, I haven't. And then we also we play Progressive at Cleveland as well.
Dang,
nice.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, Coors is gorgeous, man. You'll love it. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for those. And then we played the Rickwood Stadium too in September for the Negro League game, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm nervous. Like I'm more nervous about the dancing, like not messing up the choreographed stuff and everything like that. But you're gonna do it so many times, like you're gonna get the hang of it. Because that's all new stuff. Like we're gonna figure it out and things like that. Like playing in front of crowds. Honestly, when you're so focused in on what's going on, you don't. It kind of dulls it and makes it background noise essentially.
Right.
Because there's gonna be so much moving parts going on as well. Like music's gonna be playing when we're playing. Like it's gonna be like it's gonna be a giant block party, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Like if I mess up, it's gonna be like all right, whatever.
Yeah. Do you know if any of your games are going to be televised?
Yes, all the games are going to be on YouTube streaming. I don't know which ones. I think there's like 25 games that are going to be on ESPN. I don't know if they're going to be mine particular. I don't know which ones yet. But I know every game is going to be able to be streamed free on YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know which one's going to be the national televised games. I'm going to assume our Rick Woods game and maybe when we're in Kansas City, like those are the games that I'm thinking would be nationally televised games just because of the historical significance behind it.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, I'm kind of in the blind like everyone else is at this point.
Yeah, man. Just enjoy the ride, man. You've earned it. You've battled your ass off. So just keep going, dude.
Yeah.
You got a super fan in me, man. I'm gonna be watching all your games. I can't wait to see you out there.
What, you buy my jersey then?
I got one coming.
Good.
Yep, I got a Clown's hat on order too, so it's all coming in.
The cool part is, I think besides my Mets, actually, I got my Mets spring training jersey hung up right here. But besides that, this is like my first baseball jersey since I was like 9 years old that has my last name on the back.
Yeah. So I'm probably also gonna ask for your address like off air so I can send it to you and have you autograph it for me and then send it back because it's going on my wall for sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say I want to say we did talk about that in the meeting the other day, but yeah, I can talk to you more about that because I know some people might want their stuff signed before it gets shipped out, so we can figure that out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely for sure. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. So do you have is there like a set pitching rotation? Do you kind of know which games you're going to be pitching, or is that figured out along the way?
There's each team. I think there's going to be 3 starters for the team. I got no clue what. I don't know which order is going to be what. I want to say I'm going to be a starter. I'm not a person to get ahead of myself. I'm going to go on a limb and say I hope I'm starting.
Yeah.
Given my resume, but then again, I don't know. I mean, it's it also depends on who's going to be throwing the ball well and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I hope I start, but
we'll have to keep an eye on it so we can live kind of live watch some games, Nick.
Yeah, that would be sick. That would be so cool. So John says, do they play the same team all the time, like the Generals and Globetrotters? There's 6 teams in the league.
There's 6 teams, yeah. So I'll tell you what, none of this is scripted. The only things that are scripted are the entertainment portions of okay, if a player is going to do an intro into the stadium, like his walk-up's going to be sung by someone, stuff like that, like the concert. The rest of it is not scripted at all. Yeah, there's 6 teams. So you got the Bananas, the Party Animals, the Tailgaters, the Firefighters, the Clowns, and then the local Beach Coconuts. And yeah, we're all playing each other and stuff like that. Like the Bananas, I want to say last year came in 4th. They came in last place. They got eliminated early and stuff like that. The Party Animals won the whole thing last year. So none of it's scripted, playing wise. Like the entertainment stuff, as in the singing, the dancing, the introductions, that's has to be planned. But when it comes to actually playing ball, it's fair game.
That's cool. Yeah,
yes.
That's incredible.
And so how does this work in terms of next season? Is this just like MLB where once you're on a team you just kind of re-sign and stay with them, or will another draft happen? Do they keep mixing it up? What is the plan?
Yeah, they're still in talks with that. I mean, we had that discussion. Jesse had that discussion with all of us. From what it seems like right now, they're going to keep the 6 teams. And I know what they did this past year was they had 3 keepers that were decided by fan voting. And then there was 8 other keepers, so it turned into 11 total keepers per team. So so I think what they're going to try to do is, I think they'll do the same thing, 11. I think they'll do the 11 keepers. 3 or 4 might be decided by fan voting, and then the rest of the keepers will be coach's decision.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's it's a big on fantasy league, pretty much real life.
Yeah, I mean it is, but it's also tough too, where it's one, you have to do show that you can compete, and then show you can compete, but then also too, it's can you entertain? Can you gravitate people to stick around? Can you make it a good show and stuff like that? It's called the greatest show on earth. Right. I would not be surprised if the championship for Bananaball becomes almost like a Super Bowl-esque, a big event. So I'd be curious to see it because you're gonna have the dramatic flares and all that stuff. Name one time in Major League Baseball you've seen a guy do a backflip catch. You don't. Yeah. You don't see a guy do a backflip and then throw a pitch.
Right.
So that's the one thing too. Going into it, there are some very athletic people here that you just look at and how do they do that? I've never been in an area where I've seen more backflips than anyone. I've seen guys just hanging out. Oh, we're gonna work on our backflips today, and I'm just
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I pulled a hamstring watching you, but that's cool.
yeah, I think my knees gave out too. So
yeah, exactly. Baseball history dork goes, help me understand the strike zone when the batter's on stilts.
Honestly, I had this conversation with one of my teammates. I would hate to face him. I'm gonna let him hit it because one, fans want to see him run,
Right, right.
and two, it's like it's the entertainment portion where like yeah, I mean, I would have to literally throw a softball pitch at that point, like just eephus and just see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. Why not?
But
Yeah.
no, I mean it's funny.
Yeah. Is it hard to deal with banana ball rules versus the ones you've been playing for 30 years before? Like, have you
Yeah,
been able
that's a good one. But when you adjust to the game, though, like having like that was the one thing too where I love the rules of baseball in general, like understand the IQ of the sport.
Right.
I mean, the only difference is just working fast and like obviously don't try to walk anyone. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's cool if a fan catches a foul ball. You know, my ERA would have gone down drastically in my life when fans caught foul balls when I was pitching. Absolutely,
Right.
guys that step out of the box and an extra free strike, fantastic. I might have been Cy Young if that was the case then.
Facts. I think all of us would have been.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's
exactly.
so
But
cool.
I mean, yeah, the point stuff like I have to say the point stuff's the hardest part, but it goes back to what every coach's philosophy they're saying. Oh, hey, win the inning.
Yep.
Like if you win the inning,
Right.
like obviously you're gonna get a point. It's just you only get 1 point instead of like say you win by 2 points in the inning. Like that's the only difference.
Yep.
And then you have the trick play factor too. Instead of like making errors, it's how many trick plays can you pull off? If you pull off a trick play, like you get a point. Then I want to say going into the last inning, every trick play is worth a point, or something like that.
Cool.
Or if you have most, but it's more of if you have the most trick plays going into the 9th inning, like the visitors, they'll get an additional point or something like that. So it adds a little bit of a
Cool.
a flair to it. So say we're playing the Bananas and we pull off like 2 trick plays in the bottom of the 8th. We're going up to the top of the 9th. We were down 5-4, but because we won the overall trick plays of the game's now 5-5.
Gotcha.
So it's like little cool stuff like that. It's different, but it makes it entertaining. And then the showdown stuff, like that's a really fun as well. Like mano a mano, pitcher, hitter, go get it and see what you got.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to that?
I low key want it. I do.
Okay.
Like I want the one with the fielder. I don't want to have to go sprint out and go after.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, which one do you want?
No.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know what the showdown is, it's literally pitcher and batter. And if they put the ball in play, the pitcher has to go get it.
Yeah.
Right. And the batter has to score a home run.
Yeah. He can't stop second or third. Like you have to go get it. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Like I can't wait to see the first one. Like that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
That's going to be nuts watching it.
But there's one with a fielder though.
Yeah. So the first showdown, like the sudden death, the first one is with the fielder. Okay. Then when you get to round 2, it's no one. It's just the pitcher and the hitter, and then the catcher behind the plate with the umpire.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach, my arm's a little tired for this second showdown.
Well, no, they would bring in someone else.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
Good. All right. Yeah. Give me the one with the fielder then.
Yeah. I mean, what I might do is if I get to a 3-ball count, I might just hit the dude just to like, all right, bring me someone else.
Man,
but yeah, that's the old school baseball in me. Just so we don't do a ball 4 sprint, guys got to wear it.
Yeah. So that's absolutely incredible, man. Well, I know you got 2 fans here watching. We're definitely going to keep an eye on your social media page. And maybe when we know you're making your first start, we'll have a live watch party here to watch you. Can't wait to see you out there. And I'll get in touch with you about the jersey because I need that in my collection for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, we'll talk afterwards.
Yes, absolutely. But man, good luck. I love your journey, everything it's been about, man. And it's been really cool to follow you and can't wait to see where this journey ends up. So congratulations.
Yes, hey, thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. And again, it's been 4 years since we've reconnected, and it's just crazy that you're on this path now. And it's just like it blew my mind, really. So it was really cool.
It's crazy how life can change so fast. It really can. It's different.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. So keep up the good work. We'll be in touch. We appreciate it. All the fans in the chat are loving it too. So we'll keep tabs on you, and go kick some ass for us. We'll see you out there dancing.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Yeah, let's not break a leg.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah, let's not. We'll be watching.
All right, man.
Right.
Good luck, Dave. You. We'll see you. Oop. Man, that was really cool. it's crazy to see where his career was 4 years ago when we first had him on to where he is now. Just is wild, and I can't even imagine what he's feeling at this moment.
Yeah, no, and it's incredible because, right on the brink of the call up, he's been so close to making his major league debut. And then to really kind of jump into another lane and see an opportunity it's amazing. And I will, we've talked about on the show so many times, Bananaball, love it or hate it, it's real. I mean, Jesse Cole has done a great job turning this into something. It has massive fan appeal. You now have players choosing to exit the Major League Baseball path to go play here. Guys that are skipping the draft, coming out of college, going there. Guys like JBJ, starting a second career there. Guys like David who see the opportunity and get off the major league train. There's something here that the players are seeing, and it's drawn a much better quality product.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys don't follow David Griffin on Instagram, please do. His jerseys are on sale, and they're really cool. It's a nice button down blue Clowns jersey. It's got his number and name on the back. And the jerseys are available for, I think, just this week. So check that out and give him the support. So like I said, I'm ordering mine tonight.
Yeah, make it too.
Make it too. All right.
Yep.
You're gonna have to Venmo me money because I don't have that kind of cash.
All right, fine.
But yeah, maybe we'll just do it after we sign off. So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that was incredible. So good luck, Dave.
Oh, cool.
We can't wait to follow you, man. It's definitely live watch party when his first start happens. So
oh my god, yes. I mean, we need to make sure we got enough heads up we can plan that, because that'd be a blast. But more importantly, like, I look at David's stuff. I mean, I know he says he didn't have the best stuff, which, he's being modest. The kid can bring it. He's low to mid 90s consistently with some nasty breaking stuff. Go find some videos of him online. You'll see his stuff is pretty nasty. But I have to think, in Bananaball, he's got to have some of the best stuff in the entire league. Like, and it's probably not close.
No, it's no mistake he got drafted in the second round, right behind JBJ. And baseball history, dork, this is the thing, right? Traditionalists just needs to understand that Bananaball is not meant to replace MLB. And this is coming from a huge naysayer previously myself. And I think we were kind of skeptical of it at first too. But I think the message behind Bananaball is important, because as we're going into 2027 in this lockout, MLB has lost touch with that. And this league knows that the fans are the ones that benefit, and which also makes your league thrive. Without the fans, your league's not thriving. And MLB is finding that out the tough way right now. So like we said, Jesse Cole, absolute genius.
Yep.
And what he's doing. He understands that bringing fans to the ball, like David said, they're selling out football stadiums in North Dakota.
And they're selling out. They're already sold out for games that are happening this summer. They're sold out that far in advance.
Right.
Like, mind-boggling. And I think Forest Point is really important. I'm somebody out of the gate. I watched a Bananaball game and I'm like, I just don't get it. It's chaotic. It's not baseball, but that's the point. And that's the point. Right. I think a lot of us missed, and I missed it too the first time I watched it, is that it's baseball and a show.
Right.
It's not baseball. It's baseball and a show. And when you accept the fact that it's not baseball you're watching, it's not just a baseball game. When you accept it for what it is and actually watch it, it is entertaining. But if you go in there trying to compare it to MLB, you're going to be disappointed, because it's not the same thing, but it's not trying to be the same thing. And that's the genius of what Jesse Cole is doing, is that he's offering the fans an alternate. He's not competing with baseball. He's offering them something else.
And he's offering all these guys that are career minor leaguers another avenue. And my mom leaves a comment here, and it's all about bringing fun back to the game of baseball. And that's 100% right. Like David said, like, he was starting to kind of get burnt out, getting moved up, getting moved down. Like, the business side of affiliated baseball was was kind of draining him, and this is a new life for him, and he looks ecstatic and ready to go, man.
Yeah, he
so
seems like
pumped,
he's
dude.
in such a good spot.
Yeah.
And I
So
do.
cool.
I think it's really cool what they're doing, and I will, definitely I will be watching David for sure. And I think the Indianapolis Clowns and the historical connection that makes that team really special. Like
And
there's a lot of good things happening.
it is another just genius idea to do that.
Yep.
To, like David said, he hit the nail right on the head, to bring in another demographic back to the game, to celebrate Negro League legends like that. I just genius. You're thinking outside the box. I don't think Jesse Cole's ever been in a box, but I mean, it's unreal. Just like when you think like he's thought of it all, he's still got things just flying around in his head, and you're just like, wow, that makes a ton of sense in what direction he's taking that league. So it's wild. It's awesome.
It's always been fans first, and that's what they do. That's what they're bringing you.
Yeah, so cool.
And I will say, I did see that a few months ago that with all the success the league has had, they've actually bumped up the contract values. And in Bananaball, the average player is making significantly more than most of your minor leaguers.
Yes.
And they're using that now as a recruiting tool to pull guys out of the minors to come play Bananaball, and it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as we said, like guys are willing to step out of the MLB path to go play here. A, because it's fun, but also B, because it pays better, and they don't have to wait so long and get treated like a product.
Yeah. It's awesome. So can't wait to see that roll out, man, and wish him all the best of luck.
It's going to be awesome. I will be watching more Bananaball games this summer than I've probably ever imagined in my life I would.
For sure. So, all right. We do have some news and a lot of trivia to get to tonight. So let's get going. Harrison Bader, 2 years, $20.5 million to the Giants. So kind of a utility outfielder that we thought another couple other teams could have used, goes here to the Giants. What are we thinking about this?
The Giants had some of the worst center field defense in baseball last year. Harrison Bader's the guy that can go and get it. So I think this is a great move for the Giants. It's not a lot of money. Defensively what you're going to get from Bader. Offense has always been the question mark. But in that ballpark with that much green grass, letting that guy's speed play, this could be a great move for him and a really good move for the Giants.
If you get the second half Phillies Harrison Bader, this is the steal of the offseason, because he was the only reason the Phillies were decent down the stretch. He was red hot.
A monster.
Yeah.
And even he said it, like, I don't know why I'm not back with the Phillies, but I'm happy to be in San Francisco.
Yep. John Temple, that's Max Kepler. Max Kepler's suspended right now, not Bader. But
yeah, because Bader doesn't do drugs and hit 200.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's a lot of green out there in San Francisco to have. Young Ho Lee can't stay healthy, so this is a great get for the Giants. So good for them.
Fills a massive hole they've had.
Yep, 1000%. Trey Mancini signs a minor league deal with the Angels. He's already contributed more than Anthony Rendon. Season hasn't even started yet. But Trey Mancini popping back up. I love this. We all love Trey Mancini's story. The comeback player of the year after was it colon cancer? Absolutely incredible. Always pull for this guy. And I hope he can help this Angels team in some capacity at some point. But we will see if anything comes with that.
With nothing else, or I should say, if nothing else, having a guy like that around your ball club in the spring and around your minor leaguers is huge. Like I would pay a guy like as a GM, I would pay a guy like that just to hang out around the ballpark and show the young kids how it's done. He is such a great ambassador for the game. He's such a great dude. He's always been great around young players. One of those guys that is super valuable, even if he's not on the field.
Yep. 1000%. All right. MLB trade deadline is not July 31st. It is pushed to August 3rd. So does this change anything for teams, or is this just the first step in pushing the deadline further out eventually?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives teams a few more games to figure out if they're buyers or sellers. We talked about it last year. It'd be good to push it back a little bit to give time. With the playoffs being expanded, it'd be nice to have a little bit more time to figure out where you are. I think it gives them a few extra days, but I think more importantly, I think it shows MLB's commitment to keeping the playoffs in the way they are and also further expanding them. And I think it's the beginning of pushing the trade deadline out in deeper into August. I can't imagine they'll get past the middle of August, but I do think MLB is showing that we hear where we're at and we're going to start to give you a little more breathing room to figure it out.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it before. Coming out of the All-Star break, some teams come out slow, some teams come out, red hot. You kind of sometimes don't have a feel for which direction your team is going on July 31st. So I'm with you. I would say August 15th, just for like a nice round number, right smack dab in the middle of the month, I think should be the trade deadline. If you don't know where you're going by August 15th, then it's time to sell.
Yeah.
Right. And that's that.
Yeah. If you can't figure it out, that clearly you're not a good enough team to be worried about it. So
right. That's what I'm saying. So Rockies are already letting the teams know they're selling. I don't know. They've bought this winter, made a couple deals, signed a free agent. Rockies
made a trade yesterday.
Who did they trade yesterday?
They made the trade with the Yankees, the reliever.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. So
well, no, it wasn't like a big trade, but like their front office is actually open this year. That's a change.
Yeah. Well, yeah, crazy. But yeah, I think ultimately it is to push it out here. But
David better be careful when he's pitching in Colorado. If they see his stuff, they might kidnap him.
Facts. Facts, man. All right. I wanted to thank you guys for coming to our defense and all the other baseball creators out there. We found a couple pages that have been taking our content, other pages' content, removing the emblem and posting it as their own. And you guys all came to the defense, and that it's incredible to see. So I know we won't prevent content stealing entirely, but to know we have people like you guys means so much. So it's wild that people are that lazy, but you guys that were all like messaged me right away and was like, what page is doing it? Let me know. I'm going to go report them. I'm going to leave them a bad review. And you guys showed out. I mean, it was crazy. So I just wanted to say thank you up front, because we do put 30 to 40 extra hours a week into our content, and not just our page. I'm talking about all of our baseball creators that we all follow, right? We put countless hours into this, and to have somebody just steal it and post it as their own is not okay. So, and for you guys to just jump down their throats too was awesome. So, really appreciate you guys having our backs.
Yep. Yeah. And Forrest agrees. He thanks you all because he's in the same boat as us. His stuff gets ripped off. Actually, his stuff used to get ripped off a lot. We used to find it all the time. And now we've gotten sucked into that cycle too. But it's anytime somebody can try to benefit off of other people's work, they'll try to do it. And you guys are great at diving in and shutting it down.
Yeah. I mean, it was wild. I couldn't even keep up with the messages. You guys were like, who? Tell me who it is. Tell me who it. Yeah. Curtis was like, that dirty. Yeah. And it was just awesome. It was cool to see that outpouring support. So thank you. Yes. And Michael Simpson did get Jamie Moyer. I didn't really hide him very well, but Jamie Moyer is holding up the shield of our show. So thought it was a good representation for you guys. So
I love the fact that on like the most serious slide of the whole thing, you hit Jamie Moyer.
Yep. Yep.
We're trying to be serious, and there's Moyer.
A result of bad parenting. Thieves.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. This might be a long trivia segment, so hang in with us. But 1990s MLB top 5 home run by team. So we have 30 to get through. You're welcome.
Wow. Okay.
So we have the top 5 for every MLB team, but one is missing. You got to tell me who's missing. So here we go. Mo Vaughn led the Red Sox from 1990 to 1999 in home runs with 230. Who was missing from this top 5 list of most home runs during that time for the Boston Red Sox? So Mo Vaughn, the hit dog, 230. John Valentin, 118. Nomar Garciaparra, 96. This guy at 91. And Mike Greenwell at 71.
Wow. And Nomar was only there for like a few seasons of that stretch.
You should see some of the totals on this list. It's pretty funny, especially like the Diamondbacks and Rays are real low.
I bet. I think I know who this is because it's only guy I can think of that would be on that list who was there long enough to put up the numbers. And actually, I think Michael's got it.
He does. It is Troy O'Leary. Nice job, Michael. And I think Harrison. So yes, Troy O'Leary. Nice.
I loved Troy O'Leary. I remember his 7 RBI game in Cleveland in the playoffs. Dude was a monster.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Cleveland,
there we go.
Albert Bell hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Cleveland Indians. Who was missing from this top 5 list of most home runs in that time span? So Bell, 235, Manny Ramirez, 198, Jim Thome, 196, this guy at 104, and Sandy Alomar at 85.
So that wouldn't be Robbie Alomar. Doesn't fit. Travis Fryman?
Nope, not Fryman.
Say David Justice doesn't fit.
It is Carlos Baerga. Yes, it is Carlos. Sense. Yep, there we go. Everyone's got it. Just rolling right in here. And I think I noticed a typo that's going to be on every slide now. So that's pretty cool. Anyways.
What typo?
It was for then the Cleveland Indians. Oh, no, I said that right because now they're the Guardians. It's not a typo.
Yeah, so you're good.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Tim Salmon hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Angels. Who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs in that time span? Tim Salmon, 196. Jim Edmonds, 121. This guy, 113. Garrett Anderson, 72. JT Snow cracking the top 5 at 65.
Oof. So the names I want to go to are guys like Darren Erstad. That's not going to be him.
Not Gloss. That's a good guess. It's not Troy Gloss.
I think Gloss was too late.
Not Tony Phillips. Not Darren Erstad.
David Eckstein. It's got to be.
It's close.
Who else played there?
This guy is a hitting coach, at least last time I knew, unless he got let go. But he is a hitting coach in the AL East.
Oh.
Yep, you got it.
Okay. I would without that hint, I don't think I would have gotten there that fast.
Yep.
I kind of forget how long he was there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. This is, John Temple got it. It is Chili Davis. Nice job, Chili Davis. Good work. All right. Bernie Williams. Yes, Bernie Williams hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Yankees. Who was missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Yankees in that time span? Williams at 151, Paul O'Neill 146, Tino Martinez at 125, Danny Tartable at 81, and this guy at 72. Some of these are easy. Some of them are deep pulls. I'll just tell you, this one might be a little bit of a deeper pull.
Yeah, because like my mind would go to like a guy like Paul O'Neill.
Sierra's a good guess. It's not Ruben Sierra.
The finish of the swing, I'm like, man, I know I recognize that.
Not Jeter.
Oh.
Yes, Harrison. Yep, it is.
My initial reaction was like Jim Leyritz, but I'm like, no.
Brocious is another good guess. It's not Brocious.
I love Scott Brocious. Big fan.
I'll give you guys about 5 more seconds, and then I'll have Harrison drop the knowledge on you. Catcher.
I played a little first base sometimes.
Not Jim Leyritz. That's another great guess, Captain. Nope.
Yeah, that's where my mind went to originally. Paul O'Neill and Jim Leyritz, but
all right. Who is it, Harrison?
A guy who also played for the Red Sox, Mike Stanley.
It is Mike Stanley, and he's in a Red Sox uniform here, so you're welcome. Yep. All right. This is your guy coming up, Harrison. You should know this one.
Oh, nice.
No surprise, Cecil Fielder hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Detroit Tigers. Who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Tigers in that time span? So Fielder, 245. Travis Fryman, 149. Tony Clack, 127. Mickey Tettleton, 112. And this guy at 104. Oh yeah, I didn't let you guys get it. Forrest and Carl got it. Oh, nice to see you, Carl. It's been a few weeks. Oh, Carl, right off the bat, Bobby Higginson is correct.
Coming in hot.
Yep, there he is. And
Carl's all rested up.
Carl's got an alarm when the trivia segment comes. He's just like, ding.
Where?
Yeah, rounding.
Some of these guys do. They just like pop right up when trivia hits.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. We all know the kid hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Seattle Mariners. But who was missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Mariners in that time span? So the kid with 382, which is crazy.
Jeez.
Jay Buhner, 260. Edgar Martinez, 196. A-Rod at 148. And this guy at 88.
Got to be Joey Cora, obviously.
Yep. And right behind him, Luis Soho.
Dan Wilson? No.
Paul Sorrento's a good guess. It's not Paul Sorrento.
Have we already seen this guy on somebody else's list tonight?
Yes, we have.
I thought so.
It is Tino Martinez. Yes, nice job, Michael and Forrest. It is Tino. Yeah, I almost thought about doing a bonus question at the end to see whose name came up on the most lists, but I didn't have time to go through and figure that out because this took a lot of time. So
I was going to say you only put together 30 questions. So
yeah. The Iron Man hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Baltimore Orioles. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Birds in that time span? So Cal Ripken Jr., 198. Rafael Palmeiro, 182. Brady Steroid Anderson at 177. This guy, 151. Harold Baines, 97.
Ooh.
No, brain farting is not correct, John. Good guess.
It almost fits.
Eddie Murray, good guess. It is not Eddie Murray.
And it does fit.
Carl's killing it. It is Chris Hoyles.
Wow.
Chris
I was not going to arrive at Chris Hoyles anytime soon.
I didn't either, and I put this together.
I had like 50 other names that are going to come out of my mouth before Chris Hoyles.
Yeah. So this next one, we're going to have a follower that answers this guy no matter what the question is. So I had to put him in. I finally found a way to sneak him in. So here we go.
Is it Babe Ruth?
The Big Hurt hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Chicago White Sox. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the White Sox in that time span? Frank Thomas, 301. Robin Ventura, 171. This guy at 84. Albert Bell at 79. 50 of them pretty much in one season. And Ray Durham with 60.
I know exactly who this is because I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Now I know Albert Bell didn't hit. I don't think he hit 50 that year. No, or did he? I think he did hit 50 with them that year.
Yes, didn't he?
It was like 49 or 50. It was right around there.
Is this not like 95 when he got robbed of the MVP?
I can't remember the year. Yeah,
He hit
I think
52 in 95. Oh, sorry, no, he hit 50 in 95.
Yeah, with the White Sox.
No, Cleveland.
Cleveland. How much did he have with the White Sox?
He did have a 49 home run season with Cleveland.
That 49 is what I was thinking. Yeah.
He played 163 games that year.
Yep. It is indeed Ron Karkovice. Nice job, Silix. Ron Karkovice. Yeah, we have a follower. No matter what it is, it's Ron Karkovice. I think it's a pitching question or it's a team question. And it's like, which team lives in Seattle? And he'd be like, Ron Karkovice. And I'm like, close. So he's actually
pitcher through 7 no-hitters, Ron Karkovice.
Yep. So can't wait for him to see that.
Amazing.
Yep. I'm only here for the people, Harrison.
I love it. You're a man of the people, Nick.
Yep. Big Mac hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Oakland Athletics. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the A's in that time span? So McGuire had 246, Canseco 126, Ricky Henderson 107, Jason Giambi 106, and this guy at 101. Three-letter first names are hard.
They are. I keep wanting to say Eric Chavez because it fits, but it's way too early for him.
Not Dave Henderson. Not a bad guess. It's not Chavez. It is Matt Professional Hitter Stairs. Nice job. And all those letters fit, Michael. You hit it right on the head. I had it all spelt out just like that. So yes, nice work. Ooh, Mike Gallego. Great name drop, but no, not him. Steinbach's also a great
would have been
guess.
one of my guesses, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Stairs, right? Nice job. Captain got him too. Good.
Love it.
The Crime Dog hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. But who was missing from this top 5 list for the most home runs for them in that time span? McGriff with 51, Canseco with 34, Sorrento with 28, this guy with 26, John Flaherty with 17. Now remember, the Rays didn't come in till 98, so
I know. Just wild.
Yeah.
King of the softball swing.
Yeah. It is Bubba Trammell. Nice job, Carl. Yes, Bubba Trammell. Greg Vaughn.
Name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, Bubba Trammell is correct. Nice. Goodness. Mike McFarland hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Kansas City Royals. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Royals in that time span? McFarland with 97. Gary Gaetti with 61. This guy with 55. George Brett with 50. Johnny Damon cracking the power list at 49.
Love it.
To think that these are the totals for a 10-year span is kind of nauseating.
Well, it is, and the fact that like the Royals didn't really have anybody consistently there during that time span. I mean, that was when they were spinning guys out of their left and right, Jermaine Dye and Johnny Damon, and guys just came and went.
Yep. It is indeed Jeff King. Nice job. Nice job. You guys are pulling it out tonight. Jeff Kent, close. But yeah, Jeff King is correct. All right. Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Astros. But who was missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Bagwell had 263, Biggio 136. This guy at 74, tied for third with Ken Caminiti, also at 74, and Luis Gonzalez with 62, rounding out the top 5.
Carl, nice pick of Damon from his rookie year wearing 51.
Yeah.
Jeff King retired the day he vested.
I mean, I probably would too.
Is that a true story?
I don't know.
Did he actually?
Yes, you both got it. Michael got it. It is Derek Bell. Curtis got it. Nice job. And John Carter also got it. Derek Bell is correct. Nice job. All right. Joe Carter hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Blue Jays. But who was missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Carter had 203. Delgado 149, this guy at 119, Ed Sprague at 113, John Olerud at 109.
Oh, my boy Eddie Sprague.
That's right.
They had some guys that could hit in Toronto back in the 90s, huh?
Yeah, just a few. Devon White's a good guess.
That's
not
a really good guess.
Not Devon White. Not McGriff. Not Jorge Bell. That's a good guess too, Butler. Curtis, I don't know why I called you Butler. Sorry. Devon White, no. You probably might forget that this guy was there for a little bit. This guy could get into him. Like 4 in one game kind of get into him.
Yeah. Big strapping lefty.
It's funny because Devon White fits too, and it's not him.
It does. That was the first name I thought of. And then I realized who it was based on the left-handed.
Yep.
Left-handed swing.
This is
Kelly Gruber.
Yeah. Yep. It is Sean Green.
There it is.
Nice. There it is. Sean Green. Yes. All right. Minnesota guys, here we go. Kirby Puckett hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Twins, but who is missing from the top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Puckett had 111, Herbeck with 92, Marty Cordova was 79, this guy was 67, and then tied for 5th, Ron Coomer and Pedro Munoz was 61.
Who would this be?
This one's probably one of the tougher polls, I would say, because we were about 7 years old when he was like in his peak, and Carl's got it. It is Shane Mack.
Oh, of course.
Shane Mack. Nice job, Carl. All right. Juan Gone hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Texas Rangers. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Rangers in that time span? So Juan Gone had 339, also staggering. This guy had 154. Paul Mero had 146. Ivan Rodriguez right behind him at 144. And good old Rusty Greer with 103. Yes, sir.
I was a big fan of Rusty Greer, too.
Yep. Yes, it is Dean Palmer. Nice job, Michael. Dean Palmer is correct. Nice work. All right, on to the National League now, Harrison. Here we go.
All right.
David Justice, Mr. Halle Berry, hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Atlanta Braves. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Justice had 159, Chipper Jones with 153, this guy at 139, the crime dog Fred McGriff at 130, and Javi Lopez with 119.
So that follow through is like unmistakable.
Yeah,
The finish.
For sure.
Yeah, chat's lighting up.
Yeah, you guys all got it. It is Ryan Klesko. Nice job. Yeah.
Carl, the finish gave it away.
Yeah, for sure.
Unmistakable.
Yep. Definition of swinging from your, backside every single time. So, yeah, Klesko. Nice job, guys. John Temple got it too. Nice. All right. Carl with the Cubs fan probably knows this next one. I completely spaced on this guy, but I had to leave him off the list. So here we go. Obviously, Slam and Sammy hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Chicago Cubs. But who's missing from the top 5 lists of most homers for them in that time span? So Sosa had 307. Sandberg had 143. Mark Grace had 117. The Hawk Andre Dawson had 80. And this guy had 69. I completely forgot about this guy, but he was one of my favorite players for whatever reason on the Cubs on WGN every time I got home. I love this dude.
Yeah, like I was thinking, Henry, but
he's 6th. I think he's just off the list.
Oh, okay. Other big home run hitters for them.
I mean, 69 is not exactly big home run hitters.
Well, no, but I mean, not all these guys played for the whole decade necessarily either.
Looks like Mr. Peanut if he played ball.
Boy.
And this is probably a little bit of a tougher one, but you'll definitely remember the name because we all watched him. Chat, no clue on this one, huh? This is a tougher one. This might be one of the tougher ones we got. There's a couple other ones that are pretty big pulls, but this one's a stumper. Okay. Oh, we got him blanked. See, this is what I was too until I saw the name and I was like, oh, I got to leave him off. The other guys were too obvious. Not Glenn Allen Hill. That's a great guess, Curtis, but it's not Hill. This is Jose Hernandez.
Oh,
yeah, sneaky.
Yeah, I would not. I just would not think of him for a power number.
And that's, well, the same thing too. And I was like, man, I loved watching this guy play. I've completely forgot about him, like being on that roster because, you know, it was Sosa, it was Grace, it was Sandberg. Like he kind of gets lost in there. But yeah, Jose Hernandez with 69 homers for them.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but a guy hitting
that's striking out
a year.
That's striking out, son of a bitch. Damn. Yeah. So that was a good one.
Wow. Okay.
It was really cool. The coolest part for me going through all these lists was seeing names we've never talked about on the podcast before and like just like reliving my childhood again because there were some names I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about him. So pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Like Mike McFarland for the Kansas City Royals. I mean, like we've never talked about him. That was like a name that it's like just doesn't pop in. So it was pretty cool.
And he was a guy that was fun to watch hit. He hit a lot of bombs for a guy that wasn't very big.
Exactly. Ken Caminiti hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the San Diego Padres. But who's missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Friars in that time span? So Caminiti had 121. Gwynn had 88. Fred McGriff is on another top 5 list with 84. This guy with 82. Greg Vaughn with 78.
Oh, is this?
Yeah, it is. It already is. Yeah.
It just clicked. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Yeah.
Yeah. It is Mr. NL West. It is Steve Finley. Played for every single NL West team in his career. Yeah.
He's a guy that loved the West Coast.
Yep. Steve Finley. Sheffield again. No, not quite. Yep. Steve Finley. All right. Todd Hundley hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the New York Mets. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? Hundley ended with 124. Bobby Bonilla with 95, and the Mets are still paying him. Howard Johnson had 75. This guy had 67. John Olerud on another list was 63. Yep.
Yeah, the guy a lot of people forget was a Met.
Yep. Jeff Kent is indeed the answer. Nice job. Got that, John Carter. Michael got it. Nice job. Carl got it as well. Yep. Nice job. The long hair, this mustache in this picture, just, oh man, incredible. Love
Epic.
it. Yep. All right. Hall of Famer Barry Larkin hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Cincinnati Reds. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Reds in that time span? Larkin had 137. Reggie Sanders, 125. Chris Sabo, Mr. Goggles himself, with 87. Hal Morris was 72. This guy was 71.
Terry Francona.
Close. A little too recent for Mr. Francona.
It looks like it might fit. I was like,
we have brought this guy up in a trivia question a few months ago, and it was random.
Scotty Scheffler, that guy.
No, that's Schebler, but close enough.
Yeah, that guy.
Man, Carl, you've gotten like 20 out of 30 of these. It is Eddie Taubensee.
Oh, geez.
Yes, Eddie Taubensee. Nice job. Griffey Sr., Encarnacion, Benzinger, all good guesses. But yeah, Eddie Taubensee. Crazy.
Wow. That's not a name I've heard in a long time.
Nope. Jay Bell hit the most home runs from 1998 to 1999 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But who's missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Snakes in that time span? So Jay Bell had 58. Matt Williams had 55. Steve Finley's on the list again with 34. This guy at 31. Luis Gonzalez with 26. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, for 2 seasons, it's not a not a big sample.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Travis Lee. Nice job, John Carter. Travis Lee is correct.
Jeez.
Yeah. Guy that had a ton of promise, a ton of upside, and then just never quite panned out how they thought. He did win Rookie of the Year, though, right? I think. And is that who I'm thinking of? No, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Travis Lee. I don't believe so.
I'm thinking of the guy that went from the A's to the Rays, I think.
You thinking Ben Grieve?
Thank you. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, he finished third in the Rookie of the Year voting, but
yeah. But Travis Lee. Good. Nice show, guys. Y'all got that one. Jay Bell hit the most home runs from 1990 to... Nope, that is wrong. That is definitely wrong. I didn't change it. Darren Dalton hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Philadelphia Phillies. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Dalton had 110. Scott Rowland had 82. This guy had 67, tied with Mike Lieberthal at 67. And then number 5, Rico Brogna at 64.
What a great name, Rico Brogna.
I know.
We brought him up on the show a few times.
I knew I couldn't get through this flawless, man. I had to make one typo mistake, and I even proofread this thing about 12 times today. God, man, that makes me so upset. Jeez, Carl, you are crushing it tonight. It is Dave Hollins. Nice job.
Are you like reading over Nick's shoulder or something here, Carl?
Yeah, we FaceTimed and actually made the slideshow together.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Darren Dalton was number 1 there, Captain. Dykstra is not a bad guess, but yeah, It was Dave Hollins, David Bell, too. Not bad guess. All right. Greg Vaughn hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Milwaukee Brewers. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Brew Crew in that time span? So Vaughn had 164. This guy had 105, tied with Dave Nilsson at 105. 4th was Jeremy Burnitz with an even 100, and Jose Valentin with 90.
Jeremy Burnett's another guy like Klesko that was an all or nothing swing. I think we all know the answer to this one.
Yeah. Yeah, the question marks kind of give this one away for sure. Yeah, it is
sure.
John Jahaha. Nice job. Yep, John Jaha is correct. He was a beast for about 4 years, and then that's about it.
Yeah. Yep,
So,
pretty much. With a whole bunch of strikeouts.
yep. Vinny Castilla hit the most home runs from 1993 to 1999 for the Colorado Rockies. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Rocks in that time span? Castilla with 203. Right behind him, Dante Bichette at 201. This guy 172. Larry Walker 163. Ellis Burks with 115. Yeah.
The stance especially.
Yes. Yep, nice job. Gato Grande is correct. Andres Galarraga, the big cat, is absolutely correct. One of the best. This was my go-to wiffle ball stance. Like open, just kind of look like I loved Andres Galarraga's hitting stance, batting stance. Love this dude. He was so much fun to watch. So, all right. Yeah, everyone got that. Big cat. Nice job. Derek got it. John got it. Nice job. And Captain, you get double points, double imaginary points for giving the name and the nickname. But yes, and Curtis, nice job. All right, got a handful more. Here we go. We're almost done. Gary Sheffield hit the most home runs from 93 to 99 for the Florida Marlins. But who's missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Fish in that time span? Sheffield had 122. Jeff Conine, Mr. Marlin, had 98. Charles Johnson had 51. This guy had 45. And Kurt Abbott had 40.
Wow.
That was another name I was like, oh my God, Kurt Abbott. I was like, wow.
Wow. I mean, that's whew.
Oh, I completely forgot about that, Michael. That the big cat hit a home run. That's right.
He did.
I completely forgot that. Hit a home run on his first at bat
Luis
after
Castillo?
coming back from cancer. Not Castillo. It's not Dave Magadan. That's a great guess. And I think the question marks almost fit. It's not him. Jamie Moyer is close. Kurt who? Michael? You can't read? Oh, it says Abbott. Abbott. Not Bonilla, not Lowell. This might be the biggest. I don't know what the heck just happened there.
What just happened?
It just said it said oops, trying to reconnect. But then didn't kick me out. That
was so weird.
Anyways, yeah, this might be the biggest pull of the night.
Not Nick Ardo.
It's close. I was just off the list at 39, just out of the top 5. I mean, if it was in a Marlins affiliated stadium, I have 2. I'm at least on the list.
Michael, that's what he gets for giving me lip. I questioned so hard we lost transmission. That was a wild. I was sitting here going, what is happening?
Yeah, it just said, yeah, oops, trying to reconnect. It's the snow. It hasn't even started snowing yet, Cap. We're supposed to get another 6 to 8 inches this weekend. North Carolina is in a state of emergency. So what
is going on right now?
It just keeps kicking us out. I don't know what's going on, dude. I didn't even do that to you. That was nuts. Anyways,
pretty funny if you did.
Yeah, no, that was not me. All right. This is, you ready? Greg Colburn. Greg Colburn. Yeah.
In what world is he on a home run list?
This one. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, 6 to 8 inches. That's a Tuesday in Wisconsin. Yeah, no joke. Well, we
just got 18 inches up here in the Northeast, so
yeah. Lost you to the ghost of Marlins past. Oh man, Alex Gonzalez is also a good guess, but not him. All right, Al Martin, also another name I haven't heard in forever. This is awesome. Al Martin hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But who's missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Buccos in that time span? So Martin had 107. Jeff King had 94. Barry Bonds, non-steroids, had 92. This guy had 84. Jay Bell was 76.
Say Jeff King again, huh?
Mm-hmm. And Jay Bell again.
And Jay Bell again.
Jay Bell's so good, he was on the Phillies list. He didn't even play for them.
I mean, when you're good, you're good. He didn't play for them. He still led them.
It's not, but I want to bring up Orlando Merced anyways. Yeah.
Love it.
Not Dave Henderson. Not Brian Giles. That's a great guess, too.
That was a great guess.
And it fits, but it's not Brian Giles. It was a little bit later.
Yeah, all the guys I'm thinking of don't fit. Aramis Ramirez doesn't fit. Jason Kendall doesn't fit.
Not Andy Van Slyke. These last two are pretty tough. This one's a pretty decent pull too. This one is Kevin Young.
Oh, of course, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kevin Young. So you're welcome.
Wow.
All right, I got 4 more. Naturally, or unnaturally, if you will, Barry Bonds hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the San Francisco Giants. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Bonds had 269. Matt Williams had 213. Jeff Kent had 83. This guy at 82. Will Clark was 78. It is indeed, Carl. Robbie Thompson.
Really?
Nice job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robbie Thompson. Nice job. Larry Walker hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Montreal Expos. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them in that time span? So Walker had 99. Vlad Guerrero Sr., 92. This guy with 90. Moises Alou with 84. And we got Shane Andrews at 67. Decent size righty here.
Yeah, all the names I'm thinking of don't fit.
Not Marquise Grissom. That's a good guess. Played for the Yankees for like a short little bit of time. Not Canseco.
Oh,
he was a pretty built dude. Trying to think of like other clues I can give you here. His last name's a color. I might give it away. Nope, he doesn't look like that.
Oh.
Yes. It's not Chili Davis again. That's a good guess, though. It's not Tim Raines either. That's another great guess. So, what's another clue I can give you here? He played for Montreal 93 to 2000. the Cubs, the Yankees, Padres, Royals, Tigers, and then ended with the Twins. And a one-time All-Star in 2003. Yankees got him at the deadline and then said, no thanks.
Yep.
Yes, it is Rondell White. There we go. I mean, John, you weren't far off. Betty White. But yeah, Michael, Carl, and Silix got it. Yes, Rondell White. Nice job. I had to pull the silhouette from a card because there wasn't really many batting stances of him in Expos card. So I had to.
Can't imagine there would be.
No. Ray Lankford hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the St. Louis Cardinals. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for the Redbirds in that time span? Lankford had 181. Mark McGwire had 159. Brian Jordan with 84. Todd Zeile was 74. And this guy was 73. Yep.
This is a good one.
Yeah, because my mind, he doesn't play for the Cardinals in my mind. There's only one jersey on this guy. Not Mark Whitten. That's a good guess, although he did have a ton in one game. Yeah, McGwire did all those in 98 for sure. Jay Bell, obviously, he leads all teams, even ones he's never played for. Thanks, Carl. Yeah. I know. I picked that one up and dropped it. Messed that one up real good. It is Ron Gant. Nice job, Michael. Yes, Ron Gant with the Cardinals. I always picture him in a Braves uni, but it is indeed Ron Gant. All right. Last one I got for you. Eric Karros hit the most home runs from 1990 to 1999 for the Los Angeles Dodgers. But who is missing from this top 5 list of most home runs for them and that time span? Karros had 211. Mike the Pizza Man Piazza had 177. Raul Mondesi had 163. Gary Sheffield had 50. This guy had 48.
Such a low total.
Yeah. Yeah, Whitten wasn't a bad guess. I mean, dude
No.
hit some bombs, but not quite enough to get on the top 5 list in the 90s. Oh, John Jay, also another name I haven't heard in forever.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Your mic stand is ultra squeaky.
I was saying, what was that?
Yeah, it's really squeaky. It's bad.
Yeah, that's rough.
This guy I picture in an Expos uniform, not a Dodgers.
Oh.
And there it is.
Yep.
Tim Wallach is correct. Tim Wallach. Nice work. Well, there you go. 30 teams, top 5 lists. We rattled through those a lot quicker than we thought, and that's because you guys got most of them. So nice work. But like I said, it took me a long time to do that, but man, it was fun to go through that and like see some names I hadn't seen or mentioned on the show or in a while. So that was a blast. That was cool.
That's some of the most fun of making the trivia questions is like you go down these paths and you just come across all these names and like remember all these things. It's fun.
Your mic sounds like a Motel 6.
We'll leave the light on.
Oh God. Oh no. Shut it off. Oh God, man. Awesome. All right. Well, I got nothing else really. Do you have anything to add? Chat, do you have anything to bring up to the show here? Oh, I do want to show off my finds today. I found a Funko Pop of Wild Thing Ricky Vaughn. He is now sitting on my desk, complete with the hair in the back. It's pretty sick. So he is now sitting on my desk. right here next to my mic. So pretty cool. Wanted to show that off, but
Awesome.
anyways, yeah.
I do have incredibly exciting news, Nick.
Oh God, that means it's not really, but bring it.
No, this is good. This is really actually exciting news. So stick with me here for a second. So we all know NBC is getting back into baseball coverage.
Yep.
And as of about an hour ago, they're reporting that they've landed their 3 marquee people for the on-air coverage. They are
Bob
Clayton
Costas.
Kershaw.
Oh, really?
Clayton Kershaw,
Yep.
Anthony Rizzo, and Joey Votto.
No way. Like they're gonna do the full broadcast? Just those 3?
They're gonna be part of like the team that's like around the ballpark and down in the field. And but yeah, so they're gonna have Clayton Kershaw, Joey Votto, and Anthony Rizzo joining the broadcast in 2026 and beyond.
Sick.
So they haven't defined roles yet. There's going to be a studio show. There's going to be guys that are actually like at the ballpark, down in the dugouts. Like they're going to figure out where these guys all sit. But you're going to have Votto, Rizzo, and Kershaw as broadcasters, which will be awesome.
I need Votto in the dugout on the field, though. Like his talents are useless in the studio. I need him on the field and in the dugout with the guys for sure.
Yeah, like I may subscribe to Peacock just to make sure I can get all the games so I can see those guys.
Yep, 1,000%.
Could you imagine Rizzo and Votto going back and forth? That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. That's incredible. I love
that. So yeah, so
that's
between the
great.
Studio show and the on-field stuff, they're going to figure out how those guys all work. But they're going to be on the broadcast, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Votto and Rizzo will be amazing together. I bet Kershaw will be great too. Yeah, I'm with you. Like that is exciting, man. You're completely right. So,
yeah,
man,
pumped.
I love that.
Pumped to see Joey Votto back around baseball. It's going to be amazing.
That's incredible.
So the details aren't final yet, but that all came out in the last couple of hours. That'll be an incredible telecast if they've got all those guys on it.
Yep. Curtis asked Framber to the Orioles? ? Any news on Zach Gallen? Zach Gallen's been silent. I haven't heard anything on him.
Yeah, so last I saw was earlier today. The Diamondbacks, Cubs, and Orioles have been talking with them. The Angels and Padres have apparently checked in, but nothing serious. So it sounds like D-backs, Cubs, and Orioles are the 3 teams that are still having any sort of real meaningful conversation with him.
With Gallen?
Gallen, yep.
What about Framber to the Orioles?
So Steve Phillips reported this afternoon that the Mets are out on him now, and the belief is that the Orioles are the only team left.
Eek.
So I don't know, but apparently it sounds as though the Mets have officially kind of stepped back.
Imagine that personality in that clubhouse too.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. And Phillips was saying that Framber's camp is looking for at least the Ron Hare Suarez contract, at least a 5-year deal, at least that much for a guy who's 32, turning 33. You know, I think a lot of teams are kind of going, maybe not. But again, a guy who just induces a ton of ground balls. Yeah. And as Phillips said, obviously the cross up is still a thing that's on everybody's mind. He believes that it's forgivable, but he's going to owe teams an explanation as to what happened.
Yeah, I agree. Houston grounds crew must be glad to see that guy go because they had to do so much repair in front of home plate because of how many balls were just pounded into the ground there, just tearing up the grass.
Just destroy that place.
Yeah. Carl, I'm with you. Gallen, if he can return to his earlier form, can be a great piece. Now, I think last year was an anomaly for Zach Gallen. I don't think what we saw last year is Zach Gallen. Is he getting a little bit older? Yes. But he's better than that. The thing with him is he got behind hitters and then just couldn't find his way back. He's a good enough pitcher that he can fix it and figure it out. I would absolutely want him on my staff because he is not what he was last year. I think last year was an anomaly and just a product of what happened to the Diamondbacks as a whole. They just crumbled as soon as the first injury. It was Justin Martinez, and it was Corbin Burns, and then it just all unfolded from there. And that, I think it was just a lot of pressure for Gallen to try to live up to and go out there and perform. But his walk totals were through the roof. He doesn't walk that many guys, and he walked a ton last year.
Yeah, and I was watching a breakdown of Gallen the other day, and they were showing the first half versus second half. He was actually really good in the second half of the season. His first half was terrible. And what they show was a mechanical thing where he was actually he was finishing leaning left. Like he was off to the left, which was causing his arm to drag. Mm-hmm. So he's leaving everything up. And he was getting torched because of it. And then once he got more upright, his command came back, and he had a really good second half of the year. But he had a really disastrous first half. So the feeling is a lot of what happened to Gallen last year was just a mechanical thing that took some time to iron out, but that's not necessarily who he is as a pitcher.
No, not at all. That's why I'm saying I think last year was just kind of an anomaly. He'll be back.
Yeah,
he'll be fine. But yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, that was you that dropped.
I know.
I don't understand what's going on, man. They don't want us to podcast tonight, I guess. Crazy.
No, it's a conspiracy. It's because we've been right on so many things lately. The league's trying to shut us down.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. But
we talked about Bananaball. They're trying to take our credentials,
right? Yeah. The ones we don't have. Yeah.
Right.
Silix says Braves will probably get Gallen or Bassett. I mean, maybe Harrison, you still there? Yeah, man.
The beauty of a live show when technology chooses not to work. Here we are.
Oh yeah. Or I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm. I don't know who was here when I completely lost power, and then I did the rest of the show in the dark.
On your cell phone?
Yeah, on my cell phone, man. It happens. Crazy.
We roll with it. We just keep going.
But yeah,
I was talking to myself for a few minutes while you had to change equipment.
Yep. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Framber Valdez is it's still I wouldn't even say intriguing to me at this point. Like I almost kind of don't care. Like I really don't. And I just don't think teams want to deal with that. And that's what it's turning out to be. Gino Suarez, his market's getting down too. I mean, who's got spots? Red Sox, Reds, Pirates. It's really it.
Yeah, there's really not much. And there's really not been much movement for him either. It's been relatively quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know the figure he's looking for either.
I've not seen anything reported in terms of like a number that he's looking for.
Yeah.
It's still believed the two teams right now that are most likely to land him are the Red Sox and the Pirates. The Pirates are still very much in talks with him. And I mean, I saw somebody, I want to say it might've been Bob Nightingale or somebody who basically said if the Pirates go get Suarez to add to the players they've gotten and the pitching staff they already had, that actually might be a team that's on the edge of the wild card.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we were kind of half joking around, half serious. Like last week, I think Curtis was like, think about it. What if you signed all three? And it's like, if they did, they're close to the playoffs, which is crazy to think and wrap your mind around. But like, it's a product of the NL Central, and B, you just added three all-stars to your roster where you couldn't score runs last year. I mean, Paul Skeens was losing games 1 to -1 because like they were scoring negative runs for him. Like it's crazy.
Terrible.
But yeah, and Derek, we're with you. The Pirates need Suarez, right? It would be nice if my Red Sox got it, but that's just it. It would be nice, right? The Pirates need Suarez. There's a huge difference there.
Yeah, it would make a massive difference to that team to land him. It would be bananas.
Yeah, Silix says, I'd rather definitely see Gallen with the Braves, but wouldn't be mad if they settled for Bassett. Braves just need their pitching to stay healthy. So many injuries derailed us last year. And we'll get to that in the prediction show because I still need another 2 months to think about predictions because of the Braves injuries last year and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. So I have to really think about what the NL East is going to shape up to be. Michael says Gallen 1, Bassett 2, 999th Valdez. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I really do. Yeah, Diamond says Seattle's going to re-sign Gino. Possibly. I think they would have already. Me personally think they would have already done it if they were going to. I don't think they really cared for the Gino Suarez they got in the back half of that season.
Well, and a story came out yesterday about Gino where basically he does not want to go back. He does not want to hit in that ballpark. He feels like that had a big part of his fall off. Was that because you look at his numbers in Seattle, it wasn't strikeouts that got him. He couldn't get anything to drop. And so his whole thing was it's the ballpark. I don't, my splits there are terrible. I do not want to go back there.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, his road versus home splits once he got to Seattle were drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
He did not hit well at home.
Curtis says I wouldn't put anything past the Orioles either, or DH for the Guardians. Suarez just spitballing. I don't think there's a spot in Baltimore. They got too many spots with the young kids kind of clogging up the works there. They got Alonso there at first. And you got, maybe, I don't know. But you got Gunnar, you got Westberg and Holiday. So you're not going to take them out to put Suarez in there. I don't know.
Two teams that have come up recently in the last 2 days for Gino were the Phillies, as they missed on Bichette. Maybe they'll go get him and they'll spin Bohm out. And the Dodgers as a plan B for Muncy.
Get out of here, please. I can't talk about the Dodgers signing another free agent anymore. I can't.
I read that. I'm like, you can't be serious. But yeah. Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I think ultimately the Red Sox just need to suck it up and sign him. Or the Pirates need to just go get him at this point. What do the Pirates have to lose? Nothing.
And it doesn't even sound like Gino's being like super picky about the money. He just wants the place to go play.
Yeah.
On the other side, Luis Arraez still searching for a job. And from what I read this morning, one of his biggest hangups is a lot of the teams he's talking to aren't guaranteeing him full-time playing status. Like, a lot of teams are saying, hey, like, you could come be our utility guy. And he's like, did you see my batting titles?
Yeah.
Like, I need playing time. Like, I'm here to hit. So the belief is that Arraez is going to go somewhere on a 1-year deal like a Washington or St. Louis. They'll get him cheap. He'll show some value. They'll trade him and get a package of prospects and just use him as a chip.
Yeah. I mean, it was Aroldis Chapman for the last 3 or 4 years that he had to do the same thing.
And the belief is that might be the route the Arraez has to go on is go to a rebuilding team and become a trade chip.
And Silix, we have talked about this a ton, and we agree with you. J-Ram just signed another cheap extension till 2032 to stay in Cleveland, build a team around him, and crickets out of the Guardians camp as usual. It's crazy. I don't know. I heard the Bucks are trading Antetokounmpo to the Dodgers. Yeah,
I saw that picture circulating today too of him in the Dodgers jersey.
Screw it. The Twins for Suarez. Love it. Yeah. I don't know. Mariners need a DH bad. Don't care if he can't hit homers. We need base runners in front of Julio, Cal, and Josh.
There are so many teams that would benefit from a guy like Arraez. He's not an on-base machine. He's a contact machine. A lot of base hits, gets on base. I mean, he can't run, so he's not really helping you in that case. But he's on base, and he moves guys. He can move guys over.
Yeah, Agree. I don't know. We talked about it last show. He's an interesting just fit, period. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez is by far the most underrated player in baseball. Changed my mind. I can't. I
wouldn't even try to.
No. A rise to the Gar Indians. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, the Indians were a team we talked about. The Guardians. I still call them the Indians. Now you put it in my head. The Guardians are a team that desperately need contact bats, and he'd be a great fit there. The Angels desperately need contact bats. He'd be a great fit there. The Pirates desperately need bats. He could be a great fit there. The problem is he was a -18 runs allowed. Defensively, he's horrendous. Just horrendous.
Yeah. And like I said, like his batting average and his OBP is roughly the same. There's not a big difference there. Like he doesn't walk. He's too high of a contact guy to walk. Like his batting average 292, his OBP 327. Like that's not great.
No, it's not. Especially not if you want to be hitting at the top of an order. That's low for a guy in the upper half of the order.
Yeah, and
it's too much contact for such a low OBP.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
And yeah, Carl, we totally agree. He's one of the weirdest player profiles ever. Usually guys that are high contact come with a really good glove or speed. He gives you neither. He just gives you contact. He can't run. He can't field.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't blame teams for saying he's not going to be an everyday starter. Like, how do you do that? How do you put him in? How do you plug him in?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he wants everyday bats, and teams are like, we can't commit to that. We're not sure where to play you.
Yeah. Horrendous. I got Volpe and Jazz. Well, I mean, fair, Curtis.
I mean, not the best middle infield ever.
No. But yeah, he's an interesting fit. I don't know where he goes, and I don't know. I don't even have a guess. Really don't. But like you said, I think it's probably one of those bottom tier teams on a cheap deal, prove it deal, and then maybe dealt at the deadline. Who knows?
Yeah, and you still have a lot of guys floating around out there that are, you got Scherzer, and you've got a lot of guys out there that are kind of in that wave of, is there a job out there for me? Bassett.
Yeah.
It's the end of January. You still got a lot of guys unsigned, and there's probably some good value to be had.
Yep, agree. All right, I got nothing else. Do you have anything else, Harrison?
Nothing else. I'm just pumped that Joey Votto's back.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for that. But again, thank you to David Griffin for joining us and reconnecting after 4 years. It was a blast like I said, to see him off on his new journey with Bananaball. Can't wait to see that. So when we hear the schedule, when he's going to pitch, we probably will do a live watch party, and can't wait to dive into that. But until then, hope you all have a great weekend. We have show 300 coming up soon. Got some pretty cool stuff based around the number 300 coming out. So that will be in 2 Thursdays, I believe. So we will do that. So I got 3% on my phone. I got nothing. You got another half hour, Curtis. You're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a great weekend, guys. We will touch back, again on Sunday. I'm going to go shovel snow for the next 2 days down here in North Carolina. So, gotta love that. So till then, stay safe, get some rest, and we'll see you on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.